Well, hello. Today is Friday, it's Good Friday, and we are celebrating the resurrection of Christ. I know some people will argue about what day things occurred on, but with me, it just does not matter what day it occurred. But the fact is that it occurred. And the fact is, I am so excited that he lives. The song say, because he lives, we can face tomorrow. I didn't come to you today to do an Easter speech or anything like that. I just came to talk to you, and Miss Bay wanted me to share some things with you guys. And she's not shy. Miss Bay isn't shy, but she just don't like to be on the camera, and she's getting me to do the videos. So you talking with Tay and Miss Bay. But Miss Bay was telling me about a young lady that she was counseling here recently, and the young lady's what she was having a situation going on about the guy that she just met, and the guy they hadn't met really. Let me get it right. I want to tell the right way. The two people they met, but they hadn't been on a date yet. That's what they hadn't been on a date, but they had met, and they was talking about going out and dating and planning some things. But in one of the conversations, the man was telling the young lady that men are the head of the household and that women should be submitted. And he said something about he was talking about scriptures and things like that, which the Bible does say that women should be submitted to their husbands. But in this day and time, trying to be submitted to a man is very hard because you have so many little boys that look like men. You have so many little boys that are wearing grown man clothing and are the size of a grown man, but they don't have the mentality of a grown man. And they're not responsible. You have so many that are just not doing what they're supposed to do. And the subject came up because Miss Bay was getting on to me because the last video I made, I told you all, I said that my soulmate may be dead already. And Miss Bay was like, she's old school, so she said, no, all the good men are in prison or are they gay? And I'm thinking to myself, and then I end up saying it out loud, who wants somebody in prison or who wants somebody that's gay? So we're not fishing in that pond. We're not going to that beach like they say don't bring sand to the beach. We're not even going to that beach where the gays hang out. But that's not what she said. She said they're sisters. And that's another conversation. Because I told Miss Bay, you can't be calling these people sisters. That's not politically correct. But anyway, that's how the conversation came up, and she was just sharing with me about someone that she was counseling and talking to, and trying to love on and be a mother to at the same time. Because sometimes when we're mothering people, um, we give them that hard talk because we expect more out of them. We expect more out of our children, whether they're our biological children or spiritual children, or just someone we adopted and they adopted us. But we have a better expectation, a higher expectation for them. And she said she was telling the young lady that yes, she does. She does need to be submissive, and she do need to know how to be submitted to her husband. But she's not a wife, and she told her, you can't give him all of you, and he haven't. put a ring on it, basically. He hasn't married you. He haven't committed to you. He hasn't even put in any time. And she said she reminded her how valuable she is, and reminded her of her worth, that she's worth more than that. And she said the young lady was saying, but he and I talking about getting together, and we're gonna be in a relationship or whatever. And she said, she asked her, how do you know that you are gonna be in a relationship? You two just met. You haven't even went out on a date. You don't even know if he chew his food with his mouth wide open, if he talk with his mouth open. That might irritate you. He may not like the way you eat, drink, or whatever. She said, how do you know you're going to be in a relationship? And she said she told her, you cannot, or you should not, that should not be your goal right now, is to try to be his wife. You need to learn how to be his friend. And I told Miss Bay, I said, you talking good now, because I've noticed in my past relationships, a lot of times I did not really befriend the guy. And we just got into this relationship and put a label on it and moved on. And probably sex was involved. I think I got makeup on my collar. Sex got involved, and things started being messed up and everything. But we have to be friends to our partner. So that's one of the key things that Miss Bay, want to share with me after she straightened me about my soulmate ain't dead. And I'm like, Miss Bay, I, I'm going to use your term. Them sissies, I don't want no sissy. And I don't want no man in prison or been in prison, because I've been there, done that, and all that. And I know that people are institutionalized and they don't know how to treat a good woman. And I know my worth, and I know I know that I'm valuable, and I don't want it to settle anymore, because I've did that a long time. But after she straightened me about that, and we talked about it, and she was like, okay, so you you don't want no sis. And I said, no, Miss Bay, I don't want no sis, and please don't let one of them queens hear you calling them a sissy, because they might want to fight. But anyway, we laughed about that. And she went on to tell me about the friend thing. Always try to be a friend in your relationship, because you get to that allow you the time to get to know a person, allow you the time to know how they're gonna act when they're mad, when they're upset, because the same way a person act when they're mad and upset, when you all get in a relationship or get married, they're gonna turn. She said it's gonna turn up. That notch is gonna turn up, and you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you can't deal with it, and you're not gonna want to deal with it. Um, so we got somebody coming over here. I don't know if they're coming over here or not, but you can't just pull up over here by nobody car and stuff like that. And they customers, they don't need to be back here in the back anyway. They need to be going in the front door. Um, okay, he gonna walk around to the front with that wrinkled jacket on. Look like he been sitting on it or something, I don't know, but he going in there, I guess, inquire about a job or whatever. And the people just put him out. But I lost my train of thought. But anyway, I was talking about how you have to be friends, and I'm gonna start letting Miss Bay do her own videos, but she ain't gonna do it. She told me she need me. She said I talk better than her, but anyway, but she be talking with some real stuff about some real stuff. But about being friends and knowing how people will treat you when they get mad and get angry. And I know that's true because when I married my first and my second husband, because I've been married twice. Um, my first husband was very vindictive when he got mad, but I didn't know that when we got married, because I had never seen him mad. We got married so fast, I'd never seen him mad. So those are some things that we really need to know and observe, because you never know when you and your mate or spouse get mad at each other, fall out, or have a disagreement. If that person is vindictive or hold grudges, then they're gonna do that to you, and that may become a problem. And sometimes when people be being vindictive, they'll do different things to hurt you because they are hurting. Hurt people hurt other people. So, and you have to be careful, because you may say, well, um, I'll do this to my mate or whatever, but that's as far as I'll go. But your mate may have a whole nother different level than you do. They may turn up and be ready to, uh, how you hear about people. I've heard about siblings would put Nair in their other sibling shampoo bottle or something like that. Your mate may be one of those people that turn up real bad and do something real bad to you. Then at the end of the day, when they calm down and be okay, then they want to apologize and be sorry for it. But so we have to be careful about those things like that. And like Miss Bay was saying, really get to know who you with. And you'll never always know everything about a person. But if you watch and observe and you have lived long enough on this earth, you'll be able to identify different tendencies. And if you see somebody doing one thing, they're capable of doing something else. Like I used to work with this girl. Um, she's a relative, and but when we were growing up, she and I fought all the time. And when we was working together, by the time we were older and we had got to be friends and cousins or whatever. But somebody had came in the restaurant and she was like, let's spit in her food. And I'm like, no, we don't do that. No, this ain't that kind of party. We don't do stuff like that. That's just, and I'm thinking to myself, that's just nasty. And I'm thinking, I better not never let her fix my food. And I said, no telling what she might try to do to my food. I have a flashback about when we didn't get along, and she may try to mess me up. But I had to pray about it, because I forgave her, and I said I got to really pray about this thing and let it go. Well, years later, she got in business and cooking food and stuff like that, and I had ordered something from her, and I prayed over that food, and I went back to that, and I said, Lord, you know, I've prayed for her over the years, so I believe now that she wouldn't do anything like that. I believe that she has outgrown that kind of mentality. But you never know what's in a person's heart and what's in their mind, because even the Bible speaks about your heart being the most deceitful thing. So let's be mindful of that. Let me take my glass off because I can't hardly see my own eyes. Yeah, I tried to do my little shadow today. I don't know what I was doing. Got my little highlighter on this shadow. I'm not gonna say it's popping, but it's up there. I can see it. I'm living the life like it's golden. You see that gold up there? You see it? Come on, zoom on in on it. You see that? But anyway, I just wanted to call you all and tell you about that. Not call you, but come on and tell you about that, because Miss Babe want to make sure I get the word out, because she says she got to be a blessing to young ladies and be a mother. And she told me to tell you all that she is really expecting great things from you all. Miss Bassett tell you all that she really have a high standard set for you. She wants you to love yourself, and she wants you to take care of yourself. And she says she wants you to do great things. She wants you to, like Muhammad Ali, shock the world. Miss Bay says she wants you to, I'm trying to think of everything she said, but she says she wants you all to be impressive, be so great, be so good, and do things with the spirit of excellency that you impress yourself. You know how you can see somebody and you just be impressed with them, you admire them because of how driven they are and how compassionate they are about what they're doing. I, well, that may just be me, just maybe me. Um, they have a word for it when you are attracted to people because of their intellect. You know, yeah, that word, yeah, that one. Um, you know, when somebody, I can see that somebody's passionate about what they're doing, about the cause that they have. I had a pastor that a bishop that I just loved because he just loved the word, and he would just talk about it. At one time I called him to encourage him because his spouse had passed, and then he was wanted to try to preach to me, and I'm like, I called you to encourage you. I didn't call you for no encouragement. But that's just the way he is, because he loved the word. And when I first started being around him, I just had so much admiration for him because of how he is with the word. And you could just tell that he is really passionate about the word and really passionate about souls and really passionate about what he does. And you know, I be admiring people like that, but then sometimes they intimidate me too, because I'm like, I don't be passionate about stuff like that. I probably need to. That's a good example. But anyway, I don't went off on another conversation. But anyway, Miss Bay says she wants you all to be so passionate, so great, so shocking, so good to yourself, and love on yourself that you are just impressed with yourself. I know I be telling people I just love the Lord because He just takes care of me. And when you sit down and think about the goodness and all He's done for you, when you sit down and think about everything that you've been through, the trials and tribulations that you've been through, but God kept you. When you can sit down and think about those things, and you just sit down and think about the things that He protected you from, and when the enemy tried to come in and try to buff you and try to harm you, try to kill, steal, or destroy your joy, your peace, your happiness, your livelihood. But when you see how the Lord protect you, you just have to get so excited. And I just be like, I'm just in awe of you, Lord. I'm just impressed. I just love you, Lord. And just have to give Him praise and give Him thanks and give Him honor. And do that to yourself, because even the Bible talks about us being little gods. So, and Jesus said, greater works than these shall you do. So, Miss Bay, that's me adding on some preaching, but Miss Bay said, love on yourself. Just love on yourself real good and real hard. That's what she said. She said, you got to love on yourself real good and real hard. And she said, stop trying to get into bed with these men, young ladies, so quick and being hot in the tail. And she said, stop doing that. She said, get to know them. Be their friend. Be a friend to them. She said, no matter how he pressure you and try to coerce you and try to get you to do what he wants you to do, she said, always be friend with him. And if you don't have a friendship with them right now, tell them, hey, let's hold up. Let's slow this thing down, slow your roll, and let's be friends. Let's learn how to enjoy each other. Let's learn how to be present in the moment and enjoy each other, because when you're trying to find your mate or spouse, you want to be with that person for a lifetime. You want to be with that person 20, 30 years, 50 years, and you all sitting on the front porch rocking in the rocking chairs, and you still admire each other. You still enjoy each other's company. You still love each other and not just tolerating each other because you can't do any better, but you still want to be able to say, this is my mate and I love him or I love her or whatever. But you all be encouraged and know that this is a season of rejoicing. This is a season of peace. This is a season of happiness. You may feel like today is Friday and the Sabbath start today. Some may feel like, well, no, it's on Sunday. Some may feel like it's on Monday. Um, some may feel like Sabbath, we should honor the Sabbath daily. Whatever you feel, whatever you believe, I just want you to know that we have a Savior in this world, and Christ is the reason for this season. And had He not went to the cross, and so I've heard people say, well, He didn't want to go. Regardless of if He wanted to go, because He went, and because He's now resurrected, He's now lives, we can say, Happy Resurrection Day. We can say that we have a Savior. We can say that we have a Messiah. We can say that we have hope. We have a future. Yes, we can say those things, and we can trust in that and know that all is well. At the end of the day, no matter what kind of fights you're in, no matter what kind of situation you get yourself involved in, you're going to know that you got hope, you got a future, and you're going to turn out a winner. You're going to win everything that come against you. It may not look like it may not sound like it may not spell like it. And you may be at they may be at the last count, about to count you out, but I guarantee you, you're going to win that fight. Whatever fight you're in, if it's health, cancer, if it's diabetes, if it's not having a mate or having a mate that you don't like or don't want to be around, or you have a mate that want to use you, abuse you, fight you, whether it's drugs, alcohol got you, whatever the fight is, you just know that you're going to come out a winner. Just keep loving on Christ and just keep celebrating Him, keep exalting Him, and keep loving yourself. Because if He dwell in us and we in Him, so we got to love ourselves. Because if we don't love ourselves, that means that we're not loving on Him. So love on yourself. Love on yourself real hard. I'm going to have to say what Miss Bay say. Love on yourself real hard. Okay? All right, babies. I love you. I thank God for you. And you all enjoy your weekend. And I don't know when Miss Bay when she gonna come back. But if she tell you something again today, if she tell me to share something with you tomorrow, I'm gonna do it, because I am trying to honor my elders. I'm trying to honor the people that are praying for me. I'm trying to honor the people that love me with a genuine love, not with that fake love, not with that like that song say, they smile in your face and all the time trying to take your place. Not those kind of people. Not those kind of people. No. They can go kick rocks. I'm talking about people that really, really, really love me and that really, really praying for me. There's a song say that somebody prayed for me. And when you know that somebody's praying for you and you being covered, there's some strength in that. It's always strength in numbers. So I thank God for you. I love you. Have a wonderful day.